What's up? I think you're muted, Carl.
There. Okay, I don't
There
know
you
what
go.
happened.
Yeah, I don't know. It muted you. I couldn't even hear the audio from that. I hope everybody heard the audio. If you
Yeah,
did
I
hear
heard it
it,
just fine.
awesome, wicked. We threw that together kind of last night. I was up a little late, was messing around with some things, thought it'd be cool to try to actually get us a
Yeah,
little intro video, little quick little, countdown and bring us in a
I got
way.
to show this off too.
And we also threw together a new backdrop. Wicked, wicked, wicked.
Yeah,
Turned out awesome. Um, messing and dabbling with a little bit of that AI and everything like that. So, um, but yeah, what's new with you? Let's flip it. Let's flip it to the update.
um, I mean, not a whole lot. The clutch that I cut is all out of the egg. Everybody's out. Uh, kind of wash the egg goo off of them. They're all in a pile, staying warm in the incubator.
Nice.
Just waiting on them shed. Like I said, there's some pastels in there.
Yeah,
Whole
yeah,
pile of pastels.
yeah.
So
100% pastel clutch, pretty much.
yeah, yeah. So I think there's, five of them or something like that that I know is probably just pastel.
Mm,
But there's a four or five that I'm like, I really got to look at you after you shed, man,
right,
because
right.
I don't know. They don't look. I mean, they look like they got some similarities to mom. We'll figure it out though. If
For sure.
not, we'll just say we gave it a good old college try.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah, yeah. With that one, man, you gotta you like you said, you gotta take it to just about everything to know how it
Yeah, yeah,
interacts in a way. So,
yeah,
yep,
100%. So I did pull up a picture of them
wicked.
in the tub, so you can see like the two more prominent ones down there at the bottom. Those I think are just pastel. There's one
Right.
over here to the right that's hidden real well, about in the center.
Yeah.
He's got a weird pattern, and he's got that dark, open, spotty
Yeah.
fleck
Freckling.
like mom does.
Yeah.
And there's one up at top out of the pile that has something similar going on. Um,
Yep.
the other ones are kind of hidden. They got
Yeah.
the other mostly pastel guys hanging on top. And there's one right there in the middle that doesn't have any of that stretched pattern over the dorsal.
Mm-hmm.
Um, that's one that I want to take a closer look at as well.
For sure. For sure. That's awesome.
Yeah. So yeah, we're definitely going to have to figure this one out.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. A little bit of investigation post shed. Um, I will say
yeah,
for me, officially clutch that we cut during Daytona week has shed out officially. They all look amazing. Definitely messed up when I told you guys the likelihood of the black Peter bamboo winning the clutch. Now that they've shed out, it is clear as day. It is the blackhead yellow belly pinstripe is the papa. And the biggest reason that I was able to identify that was due to the two darkest snakes in the clutch. One of them honestly kind of just looks like a standalone yellow belly, maybe Mojave yellow belly, but it's not giving as much Mojave as what we originally thought. But it
is it?
definitely has yellow belly in it. You can definitely tell with how jagged the bottom the belly is, and the checkering and everything like that, and that blushing up the sidewalls that yellow belly typically does, where it really shreds things up. You can see that, and the black pewter bamboo had no yellow belly in him. The other dad did for sure. So it deduced for sure by that. And then the other one, I did some investigating as to what like blackhead Mojave looks like together. And it's very indicative of what that other dark one looks like with the red blushing and everything of that nature, that dark overlay and stuff like that. So I'm leaning more towards it being the blackhead yellow belly pin. And then those brighter ones, definitely, especially that one that has that real dark pinstripey look, is because it's pinstripe. It's because it is pinstripe. There's no denying that that's pinstripe. So, but yeah,
Yeah. I still like that one with that real high belly on it.
that
And nothing
I
but dorsal.
post shed still amazing, still a
Yeah, I'm
showstopper.
gonna have to see some updated
It
pictures
has
of
it
that.
has a little bit of white checkering down that blush spot right up there next to that dorsal. That is just
Yeah,
I'm like I'm so confused, but it's like yeah, hell yeah, let's go. so so
yeah,
yeah,
yeah. So that to me, that was the one that took the clutch.
oh yeah.
In my opinion.
Mm.
Um,
I think
but yeah,
it's a hard toss up, man, because I'm a busy pattern guy too, and that one that just looks like it's got black pastel leopard pin in it, like it's so busy, it's so granity, it's just like oh beautiful, and it's faded down, so it's not so in your face, which makes you even look even more intensely at it. Wicked, wicked.
yeah,
So.
cool,
But
cool.
yeah, I'll be updating with some more pictures in the future. I did send you some the other day, which was pretty cool.
Yeah, pile of
I
babies.
yeah, I've been taking them out just about every day because they're my new babies, and it's hard not to want to touch them all the time. So, but
Yeah,
you know, what can you do?
yeah. So let's run through these comments real quick. See what we got in here.
Yeah,
We got James Perry at 7:18 in the morning.
yeah, wicked.
So
Appreciate
I accidentally hit AM instead of PM when I made the link.
nice.
He probably got a letdown. He
Yeah,
was
yeah.
probably watching while he's doing some work at the house or something before
Shoot,
work.
man. If we were at 7:15 in the morning on a Monday, you know how many people we'd have watching? All of about
Probably
5 of them.
everybody on the way to work.
Yeah, about 5 of them on the way to work, and then about a handful throughout the day is about all we'd get.
Yeah.
I definitely prefer the evening, for sure. So,
Yeah. So we got Void double dipping, of course.
mm-hmm.
We got All City. Let's go for real.
Appreciate you.
Symbolic Exotics. He came back. Glad to see
Wicked.
you.
Yep. Jay,
My man Jay coming in. Green Line Morphs. What's
appreciate
up?
you. Appreciate you.
Dan Bala. Looks like I gotta get you smurfed.
But yeah.
I get
He be
All
floating
City
around.
smurfed as well.
Yeah, he'd be floating around every once in a while. There we go. Appreciate it.
Yeah. Tommy, how you doing?
Nice to see you. Glad you're in.
So yeah. Some of that pattern sure does drag, man. And I'm gonna have to get them out and do individual photos because it's just a pile of pastel and it's hard to sort through when you see them all in a group like that.
Yeah.
For sure. So we got Big Ten
Appreciate you, John.
and Duval's in the house.
Thanks for listening, Duval. Appreciate you, man. Sammy.
Mr. Pied Man himself. Sammy, how you doing? We got clowning around in the house. What's going on?
Appreciate you tuning in.
Thank you. Shouting out to Wayne here.
Yeah.
So we're gonna do things a little bit different today because we got a third panel member here. He's gonna help out, maybe shoot some questions, and help pick Wayne's masterful brain here. So we'll go ahead and bring him out. Batman himself, Gotham City Ball.
Appreciate you for tuning in, tapping in with us. Always being a supporter and showing up and showing out.
Nice.
Yeah. And then we got the man of the hour, Wayne himself. How you doing, brother?
What's up, Wayne? Good to have you. Good to have you. Glad you're
doing. How you doing?
Tuning in with us and talking snakes and giving you the platform here. We're about to kind of stop talking so much, per AKA me, to just zip my lip every once in a while. Well, guys, without further ado, I think we got a couple of people in here. I was trying to hold it out to about that 10-minute mark, but Wayne, we'll go ahead and give you the stage, man. Let's hear about you. Go ahead and
just
talk yourself up.
Give us your spiel. Tell us where you came from, how you got started, and I'd like to hear how you came up with QBall Morphs as well. That's an interesting thing.
Yeah. Well, really, I'm here in Oregon. Um, actually, I was born in California, and then moved to Las Vegas, Nevada, and probably spent most of my kid life there to the age of 21. And I used to go out there and catch Gila monsters and blow snakes and red racers and just all kinds of crazy stuff, horn lizards, um, just all this stuff. So I was always into reptiles.
Mm.
So to leave that behind, I kind of did my thing there, played music, martial arts, did all that stuff, and moved to Oregon and got away from, truthfully, got away from doing some bad shit, like drugs, and came here to get away from it. So anyhow, within that, I met my wife, Natalie, and we love. She wanted to be a vet, so and I was into all these animals. And when we met, I had 2 pet stores, and a couple group homes, So within that, that's how me and her met. Really, is through that. But her brother, really, I met her. She was milking cows at a dairy, but he came and got a job with me in the pet stores. And needless to say, we've been together since. But so in 2004 or 3, we decided we were gonna, be a USDA licensed exotic animal breeder. So we did. We became one. We did marmoset monkeys. We did coatimundis. We did kinkajous. We did wallabies. We did all kinds of weird shit. Cavies. What else did we do? We did some other stuff. It's just off the top of my head. But anyhow, we also did ball pythons. So we did that for about 3 until 2007, I want to say, when we had our first child. Our animals got weird. So we had to decide to really, get rid of our USDA license and raise our children, because we couldn't spend the time with those. And it wasn't like we couldn't spend the time; they got jealous and of our children. So it was like we had to choose between the two, and we weren't going to choose. You know what I mean. So it was hard for us. We ended up crying, but we ended up giving them to a zoo. But anyhow, so we got out of it. Raised our kids till my boy Quentin was like 6 years old. Our first child, 6 years old, come to me and says, "Hey, Dad." He'd be showing me all these books, right? All these snakes. Brian Barczyk was his guy ever since he was like 4 years old. No exaggeration. 4 years old, man. My little kid watched reptile shit. The wild crats or anything that had to do with anything like that, right? So I'm just like, wow. He knew every snake out there, man. You could pull it up in a book and he could tell me. I couldn't tell you. I couldn't, but he could. And I'm just like, holy shit. So he came to me at 6 years old and he was like, "Dad, can we do a school breeding project?" And so I went to his mom and she was like, I can't do it. She's like, because it killed her having to get rid of the animals back then and just all this other stuff. And this is the short version of the story, but she just was like, I don't know if I can do it again. Pretty much, you're going to have to do it if you decide to do it by yourself with him. And I was like, I looked him in his eyes and I was like, we got this. So we did it. The reason we are QBall Morphs today is Quentin. It starts with a Q, and I always called him QBall. Okay. And I built this for him. This was mine and his thing. And now, he's 16, 17, so he's into the girl thing right now, so I understand. And hanging out with some friends. So he's involved, but he's not as involved. So it's me and mom really right now, and so it's okay. You know, we don't mind it at all. But that is exactly the reason we are QBall Morphs, is because of my boy Quentin.
That's cool.
It's awesome. That's awesome.
And, you know, don't mind me because I'm a good bouncer. I'm ADD and ADHD and OCD and all these things above. So just, you know, I'll do this. I'll come around to where I'm supposed to be always. It just takes a little time.
That's all
That's
good.
all right, man. No dead air. We like that.
Right. Yeah. Yeah.
Right.
So, what kind of projects do you mainly work with on the ball python side?
Man, that's a loaded question.
Yeah.
It really is, man, because I mean, I work with a little of almost everything. You know, name it, you know, I might have it. I mean, there's a few things that I don't. I mean,
I got an easier question for you. What's one that you don't want in your collection? Just
one that
because it's you.
okay, so one that I probably don't want in my collection is, you know, it's got to be something like I don't know, man. You know, I think everything has a place. You know,
There you go.
I
Yeah.
It does.
know, I preach this shit all the time, and people tell me, you know, like, you know, this gene sucks, and I'm like, why?
Right.
Well, because it, you know, it doesn't do this. I'm like, well, you're putting it in the wrong shit.
Mm,
You know,
Yeah.
that one. Yeah.
so I mean,
Well,
for me to say, if there is a gene that I would like to have less of, it's the Bell gene stuff, because I have it everywhere.
Gotcha.
yeah.
There you go. I mean, if that's the one, you know, if any, because it's everywhere. There's so much of it. You know what I mean? That's it. You know, it's
Well,
somewhere in the Bell.
there's a lot of hate for pastel out there, but look at that. That's a pile of pastel.
You know what? I'm a pastel lover, man.
It has its place, as per usual. It has its place. It's really good,
man. Listen, and I tell everybody this, dude. I mean, I feel there's A, B, C's, and D's when it comes to pastel.
Hmm.
And you know, there are some ugly in pastel out there.
There
But
are.
I'm gonna tell you right now, man. You know, there are some phenomenal pastel, and I don't care what it goes into. It does everything justice. So, you know, I am a pastel lover, as there's a lot of pastel haters, but that's okay. You know, I sell it all.
The citrus pastel, and what's the other one? Lemonback or lemon?
Yeah, you have the citrus pastel. You got the lemon. What's the other one? There's hold on. Here's another one. It'll come to me.
There's like 3 main ones that are really, really nice. You know,
there is. It'll come to me. It just, you know, there's so much.
Okay, so if you had to highlight a recessive that you have in excess amount of, what would you say the most like relevant recessive trait is in your collection right now?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. I'm throwing hard. We're throwing hard questions at it, man. He just has,
you are
house full of snakes.
You are throwing some hard shit at me. I'm gonna say it's between Monsoon and Puzzle.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. I can rock with that. I can rock with that.
So, you work Xanthic at all?
Yes.
What's your line of choice?
That's a Batman question right there.
No, it's not. No, it is not.
So, listen. Here we are again. I think there's A and B lines of both certain genes, like VPI.
Yeah.
And I got a VPI Xanthic line that I don't know it's VPI, but I'm going to tell you, whatever it makes, the snakes are phenomenal.
Yeah.
Phenomenal. But then, you know, I've seen this MJ that's kind of catching my eye a little bit. And you know, I think I could do wonders with that. The STK, TSK, it's okay. I'm not I'm not sold 100% on that one all yet. You know, but they all look good for what they do, but some hold the color better than the others. And that's where my favorite is really. On a serious note, which to me is what I've seen so far is my VPI, or not my VPI, Xanac.
Yeah.
I like the VPI over all of them so far, but like I said, the MJ is starting to catch. The Joloff stuff, I mean, I'm not too keen on that one either yet. So I don't know.
Yeah. So I think Jamie from Professor Python said it best because she said VPI, there's so much of it out there, right?
Right.
So it's very, very easy to find a poor example of it.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, you know, that being said, I've seen some pretty crappy looking TSK. I've
Yes.
seen some crappy looking Joloff. I've seen
Yeah.
some even crappy looking MJ advertised as MJ. So it really depends what you do with it, how you work your line. You know, you can't, you gotta, on certain things you have to shop with your eye, right?
You really do. And let's talk about that a little bit. So, you know, hypothetically, you know, you're going to go buy an inchy Xanthic, okay?
Mm-hmm.
So we're looking at these inchy Xanthics, and here's one over here that's like the inchy just didn't do it no wonders, right? You come over here, and this one is like, oh my god, you know, night day from those two, but they're the same animal. And so those are things I get to be honest with you.
Yeah.
You
Where
know,
the hell is Dennis at? Hey, this man right here, he
Into
has
the world, buddy.
oh my god, he has a superb line of inchy. Like his inchy is fire, you
that's
know.
what I'm.
Yeah.
And
Right,
he's got everything Xanthic. He's Xanthic the world. You know what I mean?
right.
Paint,
That's right.
Xanthic, paint, inchy, OD. Like,
Yeah.
I mean, he's got his favorites for sure, and it's
Yeah, and
apparent.
he's definitely a true ghost fanatic. If you want to look at some good inchy in Xanthic with hypo kicker, you know, you need to go talk to him. So
Yeah, Dennis West is the man.
Nice. Yeah, definitely. You know, I so that's kind of how I look at it when I'm you know doing my things honestly. So it just has to make sense, and it's like you said, it has to be with the eye. I want to
Yep.
know. I want to know where that inchy's coming from. I want to know what the father looks like. You know, I want to know what the mother looks like. You know, whatever it comes from. You know, there's a lot of things that I want to know. You know, I just want to see what kind of bloodline I'm getting, man.
Right.
Yeah.
Do you feel like that makes for a difficult transaction when you go to negotiate terms on a ball python? Like, say you're at an expo and they got two babies from the same clutch. One has a better expression than the other, and you're asking to see pictures of mom and dad. But do you feel like that you haggle more with people when you do that, or do you feel like it's they see you as that? Hey, this guy's got the right vision. I'm wanting to work with him.
Yeah, so they do see what I do, and there isn't going to be one inchy that's better than the other on my table.
I got you.
I'm just going to be honest with you right now. You
Right,
know,
I'm saying when you're buying, when you're the one
when I'm buying,
Yeah.
yes, when I'm buying, it does make a difference. For
Yeah.
me, because because when I started that way, you know, I bought from all the big guys, so it's like yes, you know, I bought the best of the best of the best. So, you know, to produce the best of the best of the best, right? So, I mean, that was my goal is to always make quality animals, quality, beautiful, healthy animals. That was the goal more than anything about making money or anything else. It was about making these beautiful, phenomenal animals that people just wow over like me, you know, that's the excitement it is for me. That's why I care less about a lot of things, you know, about certain times in the market or this or that, because to me, I'm in it for the long haul regardless, and of what kind of market we're riding. So I do it because it's a hobby and I love it, and I built, like I said, I did this with my son and now with my wife. And so it's not going to change from here to then. If it was something that I did as a job, fuck man, I don't know if I could do it. I'm going to be straight honest with you. I don't know if I could. If I had to do it for a job, because would I love it as much? I don't fucking know.
Right. Yeah.
And I'm being dead honest.
Yeah, you invest into it as a hobby, but as a full-time gig, it'd be something that you would be strugglesome, because if you're clock in, clock out, ball python cleaning every single day, making pairings, writing out morphs on your list, and setting up this breeding scheme and that breeding scheme, and then you're also you're marking things for holdback, marking things for the sell bin, and then you're setting up for vending like every single weekend or every other weekend or however it looks. I mean, that's kind of sucks the fun out of it in a way.
I do that anyway. I do a show almost every month, right? Just one.
Right.
But you know, it's to us, it's like a little vacation. It's like fun. We get to go mingle. We get to hang out. We get to do the things that we get to enjoy people. And I get to bring new people into the hobby. And I get to teach people how to either take care of their animals, or I get to teach people how to breed animals, or I get to just teach people, with information. And to me, listen, the more people we can still do that with, the longer our hobby's going to last, right? So that's where it is for me, man. I want this to last forever, even though it is a hobby for me. I want it to last for everybody, even the people that are huge breeders that are making money. But at the same time, we all got to think of each other at the same time. You know what I mean? We do.
Oh yeah. That circles back to the community aspect of it. So I don't know if you guys have watched it yet, but Monsters of God, the Tiger King of reptiles, or whatever they like to. So I sat down and I watched the first 3 episodes. It was a very, very cutthroat market. It used to be really, really bad when it was during the inception of reptile importation and everything like that, in the beginning steps of, you see it for, now granted, they put their own creative spin on it to try to make you like, wow factor of all of it. But you start to see some of that wholesale mindset. You start to see some of that more wild caught import mindset. And you start to see people who, they started the industry and they don't have nice things to say about each other still to this day. And I'm like, I don't know about you, what part of the community you're in, but like the part of the community I'm in and the part of the community that I love, what drew me in the first place was what you said, Wayne, is the investing into each other constantly, kind of thing. That to me, that's what reptile community looks like, not what you see on those shows.
Right. And true. But on the other side, I mean, it still goes on. It still goes on. It's still cutthroat out there, here and there. I mean, just as anything else in this world is, right? So, you always have somebody or that certain percentage that has to always hold or control the market. And that's I think that's, do we need that? To a point, we do. You always got to have somebody that, people look up to, or you got to have certain things. Do we have to, screw people or anything, to get there? Well, maybe not, but do they? Maybe, so, I mean, as anything, I think most things like this, and don't take it wrong, because I don't mean no disrespect by no sense, but it's almost like a pyramid fucking scheme.
Yeah, in a way, see that.
Yeah. I mean, really, I've been in business for myself for a long fucking time, so I'll argue it to the end, man. This make me rich, or buy my house or buy my car or any of this, Actually, I lost money to invest into this hobby, hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of thousands of dollars. And I don't, the one thing me and my wife say is we're bad at snake math.
Aren't we all? Aren't we all? Oh
You
my
know,
goodness.
So that's what we say. Again, it's a hobby and I love it. And am I making my money back? Yes, slowly but surely. But it's not a get rich. It's not a get rich scheme, man. Just know. I just always want to make it loud and clear out there. I'm a guy.
Here's a good question for you. Would you consider
never
it market manipulation?
Yes.
Yes.
Talking about the big guys.
Yes. Yes. When they say things are hot, things are hot. When they
That's
say
right.
things aren't, things aren't.
That's exactly the truth.
The price point reflects it every single time.
Yeah.
But like you said, it's necessary in a way because it allows the smaller guys, the 30 snakes, the 100 snakes, 200, 300, up to 1,000, snake people, the low to mid range guys. It allows them to know where to set a baseline, right?
Right.
It gives us a point of reference because
just look at what
here
very recently happened with adder, right? So I know people that were working that for a long time because they like the gene. It's in a lot of their stuff, right? So somebody drops the name and now all of a sudden it's real popular. Now that guy is having a really good run, right?
Yeah.
Because he's been working it faithfully.
Right.
And I think that part of it is kind of rewarding. And that tells me it's perfectly fine for me to just do what I like. You know what I mean?
Well, that's what I'm telling everybody anyway. That's what you should do. Do what you like. That's what I do. I do what I like and I don't follow trends. I'm in my own lane. And and when people, I don't give a shit what people say or what they think. It doesn't matter to me. Because you're not me and you don't make my decisions. You know what I'm saying? It's like, I'm going to do what the fuck I want. And I do. And I'm going to tell you, I made some of the most badass animals not listening to some people. Telling me, no, I would never do that. I wouldn't do that. I wouldn't do that. I'm like, oh, well, guess what? I'm just going to do it anyway, because you told me not to. And then the next thing you know, I make this phenomenal animal, and they're like, dude, how'd you make that? Well, you told me not to.
You tell you that. I did it anyway. Yeah,
exactly. So I do it. I do it all the time. So it's like, I don't know. I think everybody should stay in their lane, believe in what they believe in, and go for it, man. And as for the adder, man, I've had the adders for fucking 6+ years, man. I got hypo adder shit. I got all kinds of adder shit, but mine's the black adder.
Yeah.
Mine's the black adder, which is different than the adder. And have I yet released any of that? And have some met Masic, and actually that's where I got mine actually. And I'm the one that showed him what the black adder has. A black adder has a black tongue. I don't know if y'all know that, but I'm the one that figured that.
It's like a MBK almost.
Yeah. So it's things like that, and like I said, I've been playing with that for a long time, and yes, here it is mainstream. And back then, I paid $3,000-$4,000 for that animal. And I never even heard of it. That's why I bought it. It was like, man, they ain't heard of that, and that's pretty neat looking, so I bought it. And I did that with a lot of shit, puzzle. All the things. I had a lot of friends tell me, man, why would you invest in this? I was like, because it looks neat to me.
That's it. That's all that matters. Really?
Yeah. I said, it looks neat to me. It looks cool. He says, yeah, but I wouldn't pay that money. I says, but what if? Just what if?
Oh, yeah.
And you know what? Thank you, snake gods. And thank you, God. Thank you, all these people, because most of everything that I invested in hit mainstream. So, How bad is that? That's not bad.
Yeah.
When you have that foresight in a way, you don't even think that you don't realize it, but you have that foresight of like, hey, this could gain traction later because I see it this way, and it might appeal to someone else for the same reasons.
Right.
It's no different than when people jump the dark morph trend, right?
Right.
Like everybody was, I gotta have a bright yellow snake. I gotta have a bright yellow snake. I gotta have a bright yellow snake. And then everybody started putting out sumas and
Right.
8 balls and HRA stuff and like all these different pairings that made these like hyper dark snakes. And everybody's like, wait, I like that. So then they jump that trend next, kind of thing. So it happens. It does happen. There is a way that you can project that foresight in a way of like, you know what? Nobody's on that kick right now. I'm gonna go and I'm gonna settle into that groove, and then I'm gonna be ready for when the come up happens. In a way, if it does, if it doesn't, no big deal. I'm still working something that I love. I'm still working something I appreciate. But when it does, or if it does, I'll ride the mountain climber to the top.
Well, that I look at what people do, all the time, and I'm sitting there thinking, okay. And this is what I do. I always try to think outside the box, man. I'm just like, okay, we've all done this, so how can I make it different? Especially with all the stuff that I have, On top of, here's some cool stuff too. I mean, we've been doing all this for all the time I've been doing it. When me and Natalie got back into it, with my son. Actually, me and Quentin got into it, and then Natalie got back into it. I ended up with some, buying some, projects or getting some projects and proving out all these projects. So, man, honestly, I got some cool stuff now, that is proven, and I'm just scared to let it out. I have it all because I don't want, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's just that, I don't, I'm not JKR, I'm not certain people, that can take this cool gene I have and just kick my ass with it, right? Don't get me wrong, I got some cool animals, but I don't have as many animals as him, I'm sitting, I might have a quarter of his animal, I know he's got over 2,000-3,000 probably, and I'm sitting at, 800, maybe 1,000, I don't know, somewhere around there. But, I focus different. That's why, there's a lot of things that I in my genes that I've proved out. I put all my certain genes together so I can kind of just have them together. Nobody in the world, I mean, to one person get like one gene, one of my things will end up with 3 of my genes type shit. You know what I mean? So it's like, it's hard for me when I'm building my stuff for longevity, to even think about letting stuff go. So I can imagine, most of my friends call me a hoarder, so I'm going to be honest right now.
Hold back king. That's all you got to
I'm telling you, they do. They call me a hoarder, man. They'll be out there, and then they want to. Then I got other people calling my stuff like Area 51 because I was out of it. Not really about that. It's about, just trying to keep certain things on a down low for a certain amount of time. It's the only time that I feel like I could be somebody special one day to come out with something that, hey, I have something that these guys don't have, right? And I have enough of it that even if they did get it, they couldn't catch me. So that's, for me, that's my whole goal. And it's a funny goal. It's a funny goal, but it is. I don't want to be them. God, I want to beat them at something.
I got you.
Yeah.
It's most people.
So there's another side to that coin too. You say you buy things and you've got longevity and you plan for the long haul, right?
Yeah.
Sometimes you just got to get something, even though you don't necessarily see it make money, but it's going to teach you something, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like I can't tell you how many people told me don't get a granite dinker gene to play with because they a lot of times don't prove out, which that's true. That's very true, right? A lot of times it's just, polymorphism or just some weird looking snake, right?
Right.
It's not genetic. But I went ahead and jumped head first into it because of the fact that it's going to teach me ID skills
Yes.
even better.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
Oh,
It's
for
going to
sure.
force me to slow down and look at this normal pastel and scratch my head on it. You know what I mean?
Oh,
And
for
it's going
sure.
to, one that looks a little different, I'm going to scratch my head even more. So, and I knew that out the gate, right? I think that's going to be a challenge for me, and it's going to be what makes me a better breeder, have a better eye. So,
Well, for sure. I mean, anything I've ever proved out, the first things I do is I breed it to a normal. I have 4 normals for anything on a serious note. I'll even use a pastel because pastel too, but I don't go no more than that. I go with that, and then the second thing I go for is making supers. So those are the 2 first things that I do ever before I try to think out on proving anything out. But because most of the time you get a super, there's something there, right? So, you know, um, so that's how I work on proving my stuff out, and then I start putting it through all kinds of different, easier genes. It might be inchy fire, or it might be, stuff that you can easily ID. Before I start really pounding it, I want to really see it in all these different things before I really be like, okay, you know, because it could be maybe, like you said, there could be something out there that looks something similar or something like that, but at the same time, I will get it, that's the only time I will throw a panel out there and see if it comes back inconclusive. And,
yeah.
and,
I did full panel test the import dinker girl, and she came back negative for everything.
Yeah.
100% everything. So I'm like, okay, well, I understand that we're not testing for every gene that we know is out there because we don't have a test developed.
Oh, yeah.
But none of the stuff we don't have tests for even remotely closely looks like her. So I'm going to shoot for the moon.
Yeah.
And I picked basically the simplest snake that I have. And that was Super Pastel Orange Ghost. So I knew everything was going to be headed right out the gate.
Yep.
And I could take that, even though it was going to be a pastel version of whatever, and take that back to mom and see what happens next, the next season, if I can get a male that I think expresses the gene back to her,
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. Well, so, let's run a small ad break. I gotta top off my water, use the restroom. So
sounds great.
Everybody go hit the restroom break real quick, guys. We're gonna run a couple of ads and grab some drinks and go for it. So
awesome.
Yep.
Awesome. Awesome.
Cool. Huge shout out to Richard and Julie, the owners of Madhouse Serpents, as well as the hosts of the Exotic Reptiles, Aquatics, and Plant Expo that is local here to me and Mr. Satchmo over here. They also host a show in Findlay, Ohio. If you guys are ever in the area to Richmond, Indiana, or Findlay, Ohio, get with them, hop on a vending table. Really affordable, guys, and you're awesome events. A lot of people through the door. Worth the trip, 100%.
Yep. Good people too, for real.
Yes, I'm backed up down. I gotta get ready for the AARPE. So
Yep.
Wicked.
NARBC St. Louis is coming up November as well. I will be down there hanging out.
Awesome. I'm still tweaking some stuff.
Yeah.
I'm still tweaking some stuff. It's in the
so while we were gone, Wayne, I looked through the comments and we had an interesting question for you.
Shoot.
So what is a project that you are most looking forward to either starting or continuing in this next coming season? Like what's got like you the most excited? I know you got a lot of cool stuff, but personally, what's your project?
My project is I'm really focusing hard right now on there's two of them I'm really focusing pretty good on right now, honestly, is my neon project and the extra.
There you go. Garrett beat you to the bunch right there. He said, I need some of that.
Hop on over to the other YouTube, Garrett. Join the conversation.
Yeah. I'm sorry, Garrett. I am in the driver's seat. If you would like the driver's seat back and hop in so we can do some more questions, I can swap out real quick if you'd like. Either way.
Of course he would. Motherfucker.
Yeah, either way, whichever works for me, man. Just send me a message or in the comments there, just let me know. If he's available and wants to hop in, I can pop out and pop right back on. So
yes. So yes, neon and the extra are
okay.
And when we do another show, I will show you guys some of my own projects. And I mean, I'm proud of them, to be honest. And they are gorgeous, and I know why people want them because I don't want to get rid of them.
Right.
But I'm telling you, it's going to change the game. We all want to change the game somewhere, and a couple of these are going to change the game a little bit. So yeah, I think it's going to do great things in the future for people.
Do you feel like it will add to someone who has a vision for, like, say, dark morph, or somebody who has vision for like heavy pattern, or somebody who has vision for light morphs, like kind of the big break?
So the neon to me does both of those, does great things for the light, but brings the dark stuff out. It's crazy. You'll see what I'm saying when it comes. Sorry, I'm talking about how.
There you go.
It just. Oh, is it? Okay.
No, you're good.
No, you came back.
So you'll definitely see when just what it kind of does, the color palettes with the brightness and what it does to the darkness. Like, I'll give you, for instance, like a Mojave, it takes that color and turns it into like a greenish neon looking thing. And the dark black outlines from it just brings out the darks and the brightness. It's crazy. It's like and then it throws a little type of patterning in there as well. Not a whole lot, not lots, but enough that you can see, and it's I love it. It's like I fell in love with it when I got it, and I've just been playing with it. Like I already have it in Krypton DG shit.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah, it's phenomenal. It is. And then the extra is that's just another game changer as well.
So, Big Ten asks, would you say it enhances the hue or maybe enriches it?
In which one? The neon?
Yeah.
Yeah, the neon.
Yeah, it enriches it. Yes, it brings it the hue. It just brings it out. So right now I got a girl that's gonna lay soon, and I'm gonna make the first hypos ever. So like I said, I have it in DG, Krypton, but now I'm making hypohides with it right now. So any day I should have some eggs, and I can't wait for them because I can't wait to see what the hypo or the neon does to the hypo.
Yeah.
Okay.
I just think you should make it glow, and when I mean glow, I mean like almost like a neon glow.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
With the hypo, I think the hypo is going to really bring some get out of it. So I'm excited, bro. I mean, seriously, it's one of my most important. I want to say things that I've been working on for probably 6 years, maybe.
Okay. Okay. Yeah, and then you mentioned the other one that you said
So
extra.
the extra. So the reason it's called extra, if anybody knows Art Zaros out there at all, it was his gene that he got in from Africa. And Art Zaros ended up giving it to Chris Davenport, who's one of my boys as well. So anyhow, my Chris Davenport ended up giving one to my buddy Eric Walsh. And anyhow, I bought Eric Walsh's collection and I ended up getting that. And it was called the Badger then.
Okay.
And so anyhow, I ended up getting that and I made some babies, and then Chris Davenport made some babies, and we're the only two that had it. And I was like, man, if you ever get rid of it, Chris, I want it all. Decide if you're going to get out or whatever it is, Anyhow, this last year or something it was, I ended up buying the whole project. And I wanted to change it to extra. Me and Kid Mesa, it was a good idea. Kid Mesa came up with it to me, and so the reason is it's Art Zaros. And so if you turn it around, it's ARTX.
Okay.
You got what I'm saying? So extra, but if you turn it around, it's Art Zaros, because it starts with X with a Zaro. So that's why it's called extra. But I'm gonna tell you right now, this fucking gene is awesome, and what it does, the clown shit, is phenomenal. I mean, it's just phenomenal by itself, but it's a cool ass gene. I'm not gonna lie. It's another one that's gonna change the game, especially in the clown stuff. It does neat shit in the clown, and I'm not a clown guy. I'll tell you right fucking now, everybody that knows me, I'm a pied hypo guy.
There you go. Okay.
Okay. Speaking my language.
Yeah. Look, I'm with the pied, man. I'm with the pied all day, but I'm like you. I'm not a clown guy, but I feel like it does have its place, like you've said before.
Yeah, it does.
Everything has its place.
Yep.
I'm not gonna work it too heavy because then hey, he's a clown man. He has clown.
Yeah.
Like, I don't ever want to be cast into that one category. Like, oh, you're just like everybody else. You have clown DG pied stuff. I'm like, no, I don't. I got so many other things to offer you.
Mine's more, clown hypo pied. DG's another one that, I wasn't real a huge fan of.
Gotcha.
You know, but I have a little bit of it now. You know, don't get me wrong. I have some because it does some great things for some stuff. That's like I said, everything has its place. So that's why I have a little bit of everything now. You know, I had to find and see what it worked with for me. And I did. I found what everything seems to work out for me. Like the DG and the neon shit came out fucking phenomenal.
Mm.
So I mean, I couldn't believe it came out as good as it did. So I was like, there's just like I said, there's certain things that just belong in certain places, and that's kind of how I try to breed, you know. And sometimes, you know, we all fuck up. I fuck up all the time. You know, well, man, maybe I shouldn't have went that route. You know, not saying that I made ugly animals. It just wasn't what I was going for, right? You know, it's I mean, because I don't feel like I ever make an ugly animal. I just feel like that I didn't hit what I was looking for, or I wasn't. It was the wrong direction that I went.
Learning to experience all the way around. You know what I'm saying? You got to learn something.
Yeah.
You know?
Exactly, bro. So I don't ever say, oh yeah, I made an ugly animal. That's not really true because I don't think I make ugly animals at all. I just think that, you know, I wasn't impressed the way that I thought that was going to come out. You know,
Didn't fit your vision for it.
exactly. That's
I'm like that too. Now I'm very junior in this. I've been breeding for 3 years, but I've not produced a single normal.
Well, that's awesome.
Beating the hell out of that would take.
Well, you know, they say, man, when you hit the normal, man, you're hitting the odds.
Yeah. Well,
Things like fuck those odds.
If you pop out, listen, put it this way: if you pop out a normal with the collection that you have, you whiffed, and you whiffed bad.
Yeah,
because
we'll see. Even my very first pairing that took off for me was the Mystic Het Pied to the Banana Pied. I hit 2 all gene animals. I hit a Banana Pied, a Mystic Pied, 2 Banana Mystics, and a banana.
Yeah.
Listen, this is how it can suck really bad for you sometimes. I'll give you a for instance. And this is some things that give me just a bad taste in my mouth sometimes. I'm like, man, what's the deal? You know, what's the deal right now? What's the deal? Still here?
Yeah, we're here.
Oh, hold on. I just lost you somehow. There we are. Okay. Anyhow, so I had two clutches that were one was double het sunset clown to a pastel het sunset.
Yeah.
A pastel, I mean, sorry, a clown, pastel clown het sunset. I didn't get one fucking clown, and I didn't get one sunset.
Oof.
And I know these are all proven because it came from my boy Kim Mason. That's all right.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I think he passed his bad mojo down. The next clutch,
he sucked all the good out of it,
and nothing.
Yeah. Yeah, that's that. At that point, you run 2 cycles, and it's so
I'm
discouraging.
telling you, bro, it's
so
like,
discouraging at that rate.
How does that work?
Yeah.
How does that work?
Yeah, you're good now. You got louder.
I don't know what happened to the sound. Mine's low.
Sometimes when you get a notification, it jacks with it.
Yeah, like if you're catching a phone call, your audio will cut because it tries to prioritize it to the phone call.
Yeah,
a lot of times.
So give a shout out real quick, Luigi. Thanks for coming in.
Appreciate you, man.
We got Tara in the house.
What's up?
I saw Brave. He slid in here.
You didn't shout out Third Coast.
Yeah.
Third Coast, what's up,
Yeah,
Mike?
Third Coast. He's been in here for a minute.
Yeah.
Quite a few. And Symbolic says when you're ready, he'll take a few double-head sunset clown females off of you.
Listen. Call me what you want. Sunset hater, if you want to call it that. Standalone sunset does not work for me. My opinion, it does not work for me. Now you put it to something like Ultra, it looks really nice because it draws out that orange really good. It works better in combos, period. I do not like it as a standalone gene. That's my take. Like you said, it has a place, but it has a place with something else. It doesn't have a place by itself. Personally, because as it ages, it just turns brown, and it doesn't.
My sound just disappeared.
It just doesn't get better. You know, like some of them they age and they get better with age.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think a lot of people do Sunset because right now it's one of the top morphs, and we all have to find a way to pay for our hobby or business, whatever you want to call it. And they do sell, but they sell for a higher amount of money.
Exactly.
I get it.
Exactly.
You know, as long as it's supply and demand. If somebody's out there that want to buy it, somebody's going to breed it, make it, and sell it.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, honestly, Sunset is still one of the newer projects, right? So somebody's got a fresh take. Somebody's got a vision. So they're going to take that,
I got a
normal Sunset.
Yeah.
And they're going to work it their way, right?
Work it to something else to try to like make it something better, which, like I said, it works good in certain combos. Other combos, it doesn't.
So I just made Disco, Yellow Belly, Leopard, Lesser, Sunsets, and I'm going to tell you right now, they're the coolest looking shit I've ever made in the Sunset shit.
Right. So and you got to think like, okay, how much of that is all those other traits popping that Sunset that much further, right? You know what I'm saying? Because like if you're reliant on the Sunset to draw out the best qualities of all those traits, I think that's where that hope is whiffed on, right? So like if you add that recessive to try to enhance those codoms, the codoms are carrying a lot of the weight as far as like the pattern and the color saturations, like the Disco, that being, you know, in the fire complex and stuff like that, it's so much more enhancing and it's a brightening gene.
Oh, for sure.
So you got to think of it like that. You got to think Lesser, which is a reducer. So then you got that higher white side that comes in from the Lesser. You got the Leopard, which creates that jaggy pattern that you might see on a lot of them along the sidewalls. So you got to look at it like that. It's like, okay, for all of those qualities that all those traits carry, I layer Sunset to it to what? Give it an orange overlay.
And I'll be back. Can you hear me?
We can hear you.
Yeah, we can hear you.
We could hear him. He couldn't hear us. I think his audio is. And if he's on the mobile, he could be overheating because that's exactly what my phone did the other day. It just overheated and just stopped working completely.
So Clown Around said, is he digging peach too? Now, I will honestly say, so what it was last year, late last year, I think it was, Rat Bastard Royals made some peach clown combos. Oh my God.
Right.
I'm the type, I could eat a peach for hours anyway. That's awesome.
Right.
Those clowns are absolutely phenomenal in my book.
Right here. You see, Clown double het Sunset Pied, and it's the het influence that's enhancing it that much more, right? So like you got to think of it like that too.
There we go.
Would Sunset live better as a het influence over a visual influence because of what it does by its in a standalone?
So there's a guy over, I can't remember exactly where he's from, but he's across the pond, right? He uses pied to alter pattern, and he breeds specifically het pied animals.
Mm-hmm.
So he has that pattern he desires. So
we just talked about this. Wayne actually was talking about how his son watches Wildcrats, and I am a firm believer Wildcrats is where it's at, but we'll go a deeper cut. Zaboomafoo, that's where they got their start.
There's another one. Yep.
That's where they got their start. That's where the Krat brothers got their start. So you gotta pay homage to the original.
Yes, you do.
All day. And believe it or not, that is what drew a lot of kids in, PBS, because they highlight that stuff. It's those obscure that you pair that with the Crocodile Hunter and Turtle Man on Animal Planet, man, all day.
Well, you even had like Dora the Explorer and all those other ones, you know. There was lots of they were coming out, they were all coming out during the same time. So the kids, like my kid was watching every single one of them, man. You know what I mean? Was all into it. So
and it's still very relevant. Still very, very relevant.
Very educational.
So my son, he's 11. And we used to have Wildcat DVDs because we used to have a car that had a DVD player in it. And he screamed to the top of his lungs if it wasn't Wildcrats, it was Kung Fu Panda. Firm believer Poe is the coolest panda I've ever seen in my life. Just saying.
Right.
But yes, 100%. I will die on the hill that the Wildcrats is very, very much a great show for kids to watch. It's very informative. It teaches you about the obscure, the different. You know, they teach you so many different little one-liner facts about so many different animals, to where you really can just let your brain just.
Most of all my kids were obsessed with dinosaurs.
Yeah. Mine too.
All this.
So we're talking like Land Before Time dinosaurs? Or are we
talking
we're talking like Dinosaur Train? I watch Dinosaur Train on PBS with my son all the time. So
like I try to get mine to watch, especially my younger ones. Most of mine are older now. No, Dad, I never watched that. Yes, you did. I watched it with you. So And speaking of one of the devils, she's bringing in my sprayer right now.
There you go.
But yeah, they just fell in love with it. One wants to be an archaeologist to go dig up bones, and paleontologist, whichever one it is. I'm not educated like that. I'm a country boy. I dig up, stalls, horse manure. That's what I do. Play the dirt. So, but yeah, I think this generation coming up needs more shows like that. So they know, so they can experience things they might not ever get to see.
You know what it is? Attention span.
Yeah.
Okay. And I'm gonna highlight this heavy. Attention span of the modern generation is only held for about the duration of a TikTok video. Okay. 3 minutes is about the length of the attention span of a child nowadays, because we've been conditioned. Majority of them have been conditioned to believe that that's all the longer that they have to pay attention to things, because that's where it's relevant, right? So when we used to sit down and you'd watch Saturday morning cartoons and you're watching a 30-minute show that's spread across an hour, you sat through commercials to gain plot points, to learn character development and things like that. So you're able to appreciate that much more when you watch a really, really well put together movie or really, really well put together storyline. So we tend to lean into those older shows a lot more, because it draws our attention in and we learn as we're watching. Kids nowadays, they want the cut and dry, the nuts and bolts. They want, give me all the information right now. Do not try to like elaborate and keep it going. I just want this much information so I can move on to the next thing.
But then they think they know everything and ain't even got touched just a nudge or just the tip of it. Is all yeah, but you know everything. No, I'm just kidding.
It's getting there. It's getting there. I'm not the most foolish or uneducated person in their life yet, so it hasn't quite got to that level yet. It'll come. I'm sure.
It's about 13, 14, 15.
Even if it does, I'm not fucking gonna admit it.
Have you guys descended into the I knows yet? They know everything.
Oh,
shit.
Is
that where they're at? Yeah.
A couple of times over, got the mug, the t-shirt, and the tattoo.
Right. I was the worst about it when I was growing up, man. Now I'm sitting back waiting for the day my kids do that to me, because I'm like, I'm going to eat my own words tenfold. I was so bad about it.
Well, I was like, well, I know that I had a job at that age, and
they'll never know the effect of getting up and actually having to go to work at 12 you know, and have stuff to do. So
Spend
before and after school, you know.
spend a summer mowing grass between practices and all that. Yeah, it's not
Listen,
that
man,
way anymore.
these people are finding jobs where they just sit home on the computer, dude, you know, and talk to people, you know, Amazon shit or whatever it is. I'm serious. Like they have no ambition to leave the fucking room. Come on. Let's get right. It's like that's we're talking back to, you know, idiocy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
I don't want to see the world, but I want to see outside my house. That's all I'm saying. You know, a couple different cities, I'm good. The world, I'm okay. I'm a homebody. You know.
It's all good.
I got a double
I
head
mean,
animal to pull
it
for
is
you.
pretty scary to be going out. I'm not gonna lie. It was like fucking getting crazier and crazier every day. You just don't know what the fuck's gonna happen.
So
What's
that
that?
right there is double head Pied sunset.
Just visual clown, right? So visual clown,
Yeah,
double
looks
head,
like
sunset
hypo.
pie. That
That ain't a visual hypo?
that's the sunset. That's the sunset influence, maybe.
Okay.
Yeah.
What's causing that orange blushing and that
Yep.
ghosting effect? Gotcha.
So I mean, there's sometimes
application
some
for it.
questions that I think that the better looking animal, at least to my eye, is the one that misses.
So I have a hypopide het sunset female breeder. I'm just waiting for
Now,
my boy.
is she high pattern or is she low pattern?
She's pretty high pattern.
Okay. See,
Yeah.
I again, not trying to hate on the sunset thing because it looks really good there. And again, it feeds back to me saying, you know, hey, clown has a place in certain things. And it does. Stand alone like that with those heads, it looks really good. I will give credit to that. But if you didn't have those heads there, you wouldn't have that orange blushing. You wouldn't have that ghosted rim around those oranges. So it wouldn't appeal to me in a way. That appeals to me because of that reason. It's got those bright orange blushing patterns along the dorsal and that ghosted rim. That looks really good, in my opinion.
Well, I don't think you can go any better than sunset and hypo belong together. Okay. Sunset and hypo, they're just, if you go look at them, man, they're phenomenal. And then, you know, you bring that pied into that, you know, and I'd rather have the hypo pied sunset any day.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Okay.
Over the clown any day.
Right.
Any day.
Right.
So I could just the pied influence to me should be insane. You know, or the pied itself in the sunset with that hypo should be phenomenal.
Right.
Like I said, I got what is it? Sunset in the future, just because I'm that type of person want to see what I can do with it, what I can produce with it for my own sake. You know, I like the pattern of the sunset, but I got this young mystic spot nose double head sunset clown who's going to eventually go to, where is she at? Lesser head sunset.
Okay.
Just because those are genes I like.
No, those are great genes. I mean, I got a super GHI black pewter het sunset female that I'm putting Orange Dream into. Right. So, you know, I think that'll be phenomenal.
Batman, you said Mystic on one side and Lesser on the other?
Yeah. Just because she's just what you. Yes.
You're going to produce some white snakes, bud.
and for some reason, I am, and I know I am. Yeah. But just like my boy down here, I got this ivory that's, where'd he go? Look, I already done got too many. No, I'm just kidding. He's a double head clown ultra male. Super yellow belly. Yeah. But he's gorgeous. And
he's got the hets there, so it makes sense to have him around. And then you pass the YB along, which YB and Ultramel looks really good.
Yeah, exactly.
So I'm with you. I see the vision.
There's a plan up here, but even at most of my expos that I've done, even though this is my first year doing it, we've done fabulous. People ask me if I have any.
Right.
So I'm like, no, but eventually I will. So, stay tuned, stick around, hit me up later, and we'll see what we got. So,
I'm not gonna lie, man. I sell every bell. Listen, this is my luck. Here we go again. So I bred to make bells just to take to the show, right? So I use a bell, all right, and then I use a butter. Yeah, what was it? A butter. So it was the butter. Oh, Huffman. Okay, Huffman butter. 66% het puzzle, right? And I knew it was going to prove out because I work puzzle, so I already know what was het puzzle. So I'm just doing this right.
It worked loud.
And if I only hit one fucking bell out of 11 animals, I could not fucking believe it. And this just happened, and I was like,
And your bell, was it lesser Mojave or was it like super lesser? What
no, it was lesser. No, it was lesser butter. And I'm like,
okay,
I can't even wrap my head around it. I really honestly can't. And then I sex it hoping they were all girls, that it was a parthal clutch. Right? Fuck no, it wasn't. It was like, oh my God. And that was the only breeding I did with it.
Yeah.
So,
yeah. Oh, man, that's and that you had.
How does that work?
That makes no sense.
How does that work? I want to know. I want to know how it works, man.
Genetically, that makes no sense.
I know. I agree with you 100%, bro. Because I'm telling you that shit happened.
Dude, I don't know, but I'm that take Spider Huckman clutch that we had, and I produced an all black and white snake. 3, one's all black and white. 2 of them are gray and white, solid. And I'm just like, where'd that come from? What I don't know what to call that.
Nope. Right? Yeah.
I was just like, I was not expecting that. I was looking for some hypos, which I got, apparently, but I'm like, white and black, I'm only supposed to be running TSK with that. And no, I'm not going to say it's that you say, or I'm not going to say the other one because it ain't mine. But
that's what it is. That's what it is.
So that we're thinking about when you asked me a breeding, or was it? Did you ask me a breeding? What was I was really looking forward to, or maybe
a pairing that you're looking forward to.
So I have 3 of these pairings, and so I'm going to tell you how I got to this pairing. So I bought from Ken Masick a Lemon Blast KMR Tri-Stripe and Breeder Boy. And I went out and I bought some TSK Tri-Stripes, not knowing they were compatible. So here I am. I make all these cool clutches and not one fucking Tri-Stripe, and I'm pissed. I call Ken up, dude, what the hell? And he's like, what? You didn't know they weren't not compatible? I'm like, no, nobody told me shit. And this was before I even knew it, right? And so anyhow, we had these clutches, but I'm looking at them and they're looking all crazy, right? And I'm like, Ken, I think I hit the extremist. What do you think? Was the extremist in this? So he's looking at my animal and he was like, you fucker. He was like, yeah, you got the extremist. So anyhow, so the breedings were, like I said, the Lemon Blast, KMR Tri-Stripe, and I put the other one to a Banana, TSK, and the other one was Mojave, TSK, and the other one was, I just got rid of it, the other one. I didn't. It was a duel. So anyway, I bred these. I ended up getting Fire Inchy, not Fire Inchy, but Lemon Blast, Babe, what was in the banana? Was it Itchy too? Anyway, we made these animals, and they were double het. They all had the extremist. So right now, this is the moral of the story: is I'm trying to make banana, super extremist, Inchy, right? Is fire in that too? No, Inchy, pinstripe, double visual tri-stripes.
That's going to be interesting.
Mhm.
Exactly. So all the hats, bro, that and that I made with the double hats of the tri-stripe has 5 crazy lines on these. They're not like full lines, but you can see the lines. They're like, and me and Ken think that maybe when I hit the visual, it might be a 5, but the double visual 5-line snake.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
So we don't know, but
Shoot.
I have shit in
It's
there.
like a
right
damn
now.
road, a 4-lane road
Yes,
with
exactly.
divider highway, right?
Right. Exactly.
That's
Exactly, bro.
I was
That's
about to say,
gonna
we
be
got any PSK left over, let me know.
so. We got a couple questions that I want to circle back to. One, do you still have the female Orange Dream Sunset that you had in the Albany show?
Yes.
Okay. So if that was something you're interested in, reach out to him. There's another one. So, and then you kind of went into that a little bit when you were talking about these pairings, but what's your process for figuring out projects and pairings? And he also asked how many animals you have. I think you answered that part earlier. What was
Yeah,
it?
we have close to, I don't know. I mean, I keep saying 820 or 30, but we've had babies and we've had all that. I'm pretty sure we're closer up in the 900 to 1,000 right now. So, but then again, we get rid of quite a few. Like the last show, we got rid of 21 at the last show, and the show we get rid of at least, a few hundred, 300-400.
Right. So
At the shows.
you count your hatchlings as actual like to your total snake count when you count.
I do count my hatchlings, but trust me, my breedings I have a lot more of the others than I have of
Right.
baby.
Yeah. So I kind of I manage it a little differently. I'm not obviously have a very large collection by any means, but I don't count my hatchlings until I declare holdbacks. Right. So I declare a holdback, then it gets added to my total count of snakes.
Yeah. So
because I know that they're half here, half gone. Right.
Right. So
I do it both ways. I have a total inventory list, but I have a breeding program list as well.
So this is where I'm at. So everything now that I make could be holdbacks. So here's the problem.
That's fair. That's fair.
I'm dead serious when I listen. I dreamed to get to this point, and now I wish I wasn't to that point, because it's like now it's harder because I have a hard time wanting to get rid of shit. And my wife, listen, this is no bullshit. I'm like, listen, babe, you just go in there and you grab, and I don't want to fucking know until we get to the show. Because we're at that point that I have things that I can use now. Everything.
Mm-hmm.
So now people, when they get my animals, they get good shit. And not saying they didn't get good shit before, but I'm saying like they're getting some good shit. So I mean,
that's a good comment. That's a good comment. Sell nothing. Keep it all.
Well, I was going to say when he was talking about this earlier, you always have to be your own best customer first.
You do. You fucking do.
See, when you're a small collector of sort hobbyist in a way, and you do intend to vend and things like that. That is the goal. That's the push, is to start vending. It's not so much that I want inventory on my table. It's where does it fit? Because, you know, I just produced a clutch this year, and I got to know where those fit. Could they replace Dad? Yes, if they have all Dad's plus, right?
Yeah.
But then I still have to hold on to Dad to possibly run that pairing back until he's ready to come up to speed, right? So like, and that's if proven out to be a male, right? It could be a female that I want to hold on to because she's a powerhouse and she's got a whole bunch of traits that would make sense to add layers to some hets with. You know, you got to, that's the way I got to really kind of look at it and project it. So it's still very early steps of what do you hold on to, because technically I could just let them all go tomorrow, you know, after they, you know, after I feed them, you know, 4 or 5 meals or whatever, or however many meals that I usually run it to, I could let them all go and it still wouldn't hurt me in any way because I could run that same pairing back because I have Mom and Dad. You know, but will I get the same odds though?
Right.
That's what you play factor into. Would you get the same odds?
So for me, you know, I have a little sentimental issues with certain things that made my way, you know.
Gotcha.
Like I have F1s that started so much shit that make the most best ass babies that in my collection, right? So I'm like, so now, you know, I mentor a few people, and then it's not as cool when I'm getting rid of these animals. It's not like I'm really getting rid of them because they're going to people that are going to use them and make cool stuff with them, and I at least know where they're at, and you know, so listen, man, I get it. I mean, that's where I'm at. It's like I'm at that point now. Like my mentor is coming up from Arizona and here in the fall, in next month actually, and he's coming here and he's going to grab a shitload of you know males. On top of he's going to bring me a bunch of shit because I've given him all this newer shit, you know, to bring him up to date. Because he's an old school guy. But at the same time, man, he's got some badass shit, and I got it all. So anyhow, you know, that's how I do some stuff. You know, I'll pass it down to, you know, some of my guys, you know, that I mentor. You know, or you know, if I've, you know, made a male that's irreplaceable, you know, I'll finally get rid of Dad, you know, or Mom, you know, but it's really, I guess I want to say selectable. When I put them out there, like I want them in good hands, right. You know, that's what, you know, really means a lot to me is good hands.
Yeah. Absolutely. That's understandable.
You know, but other than that, bro, you know, I'm at the point that no one not be so you know, attached.
Gotcha. Yeah, because I mean, as you scale, do you find yourself less attached, like more attached to the project over the actual particular animal? Like so your breeding stock, right? Some, you know, smaller people and things like that who don't have a very large quantity of snakes, they're in there, they're checking their snakes every day. They have a very close bond in a way to those snakes. You know, somebody who's scaled up to, you know, hundreds of breeding stock, do you find yourself not as connected to that individual animal? Yes, you know their habits and their behaviors, but do you find yourself more attached?
I'll answer this. I'll sum this all up for you right now, bro. I'll sum this. This will be easy for me to answer. So the truth of the matter is listen, you know, we have people out there that do these snakes and people that, you know, maintenance feed, or you got people that do all this and all that. Listen, bro, every one of my snakes get the same treatment. Every single one of them. Does it take longer to get to them all? But yes, it does. But do they all get the same love, same treatment and get held every single week, or, you know, a couple times a week? Yes, every single thing.
Gotcha.
So my collection is, and anybody that knows me, like I mentor James, from All City and all that shit. He'll tell you all of it. He knows. He's over here all the time. So yeah, all my animals get the same love, man, the same treatment. I don't give a shit if it's not a one I'm going to keep or not. It still gets treated as anything else in here. Because you know what? I made that animal and I love it just as much as any other animal in here. The one thing I will tell everybody is I'm not a fucking pusher at all. You don't have to buy my shit. I can feed it. It's okay. It's okay.
Right.
I have no fucking
Yeah.
problems, man. I don't. You listen, you want a snake from me, man, I'm more than glad to hook you up and do that, and you will get a good snake and a quality snake, and I guarantee that snake. But listen, I'm not going to push it or fucking try to sell you a fucking a dream. I'm not going to do it. That's not me, but I will sell you one quality fucking animal that will eat for you.
Gotcha. Yeah. I'm curious because, you see these guys, those heavy hitter guys who've got thousands and thousands of snakes, they got like a big warehouse full of just racks and everything like that. And they have employees that are working for them. So like, it's almost impossible for someone of that magnitude to be able to have that time to hold every single one of their snakes, to actually check every single one of them and not get caught up in the systematic, maintenance and maintaining, to where it becomes more a job than it is a passion, kind of in a way. So
it does become a job still, because we do the rats too, right?
Gotcha.
So
yeah, right.
So I mean, with a collection like mine, I couldn't realistically afford to go out there and feed them every week, unless we did our own, rats,
right,
or mice, there'd be no way. There's no way, especially when we feed the babies, the hatchlings, we feed them every 3-4 days.
right.
And then, everything else is every 6 to 7. And if we, took the weekend off, man, they're not hurting at all.
Right.
They eat better than me, I think.
I understand. Completely. Yeah. At the end of the day,
I got a question for you. More of a personal thing, because this is something, if you've watched the channel, you've heard me say. Do you consider yourself a rat breeder with a snake problem?
Yes.
Because I find myself more often than not looking for rat balls than I do. I spend more time doing that than I do messing with snakes, I feel like.
Well, no, I feel like we have ours dialed in really well. My wife, like my mentor taught my wife how to do it so well that, man, we have it down, and we have an automatic watering system. We knock on wood.
Best. Yeah.
Yes.
No flood outs. No flood outs.
Yeah, we have that shit down. Yeah, we have that shit down. And if anything happens to get free, so here's things that I tell people. I add, so they know where their water comes out of, right?
Yeah.
So I add lines to my stuff hanging out, to where if anything's free, they can go to there and drink off it without cutting into the eating on the shit.
Yeah. That's smart. Yeah. So this monstrosity that's over here is my ASF rack. Those are stainless steel cat litter tubs. They cannot chew out of those tubs, by the way, guys, at all. They can't chew metal. Just going to tell you that. They can't chew metal.
It's true.
Those brass the stainless steel nipples that shoot in there, they're magnetized. I put an O-ring washer on the inside, and they magnetize through the stainless steel tub.
Oh, that's
bad. I can literally
pop
them out, clean them, change them, pop them right back in. The best creation I have ever come up with. It hands down the greatest thing ever. I've noticed, though, side mounting the water spigots is a whole lot more convenient than top mounting. You top mount, you're likely to flood. They're going to wedge bedding. They're going to wedge food in those nipples, and it's going to drip and it's going to flood your tubs. So you will lose full colonies if you're not careful.
It's a true story.
Yeah. So I advocate side mounts.
I've got a stock tank, a water tank out in the garage, and I got fans circulating air. You know what I mean? I don't have it air conditioned, but I do not keep Norwegians out there. Only ASF. And they handle that heat extra well. But I side mounted 3 nipples in that stock tank itself too. And I found that I've had 0 issues. I did mine a little different. Mine are wedged through. They got a rubber grommet on the outside, so it has a little push to it. And then I put cotter keys. Snap the cotter key around that with a stainless steel washer on the inside, so it blocks them. They can't peek out or chew out or anything like that. And that cotter pin keeps it in there perfect.
Oh, I'm sure.
Yeah.
It makes sense.
Yeah, you start to get creative and inventive.
You do. You learn certain. I'm telling you. Yeah, we had to too. I mean, listen, we have a cool grow out thing that we built that it works really great too. It's a horse trough and I have built-in lines in it, and that's where we throw a lot of grow outs in.
Yeah.
And how many can we hold in that? About 1,000. I mean, on a serious note, it's like, but man, I mean, we have over 180 something, tubs. And then we do 3 to 4 to 1, depending. But my wife doesn't. She just puts males in them, breeds the females, and rips the males out, and just leaves the females in there. Because the males really they stress the females out and stuff like that, and that's what my breeder taught us, and so this is how she does. She just rotates them, and then she'll breed them for a certain amount of time, and then she rotates, man. The males don't get to live a long time, and neither do the females really. We go through them fast, but we produce so many animals because of this. It's insane.
Yeah, I found ideally for productivity, less than 6 months, you need to be rotating them out.
They're their most fertile, and they're most the highest clutch count, like litter count. So you can push them to 8, but 6 is probably they're like going to start to slow down and have fewer.
And that's with the Norwegian. And I keep the same philosophy for my ASFs too. I run smaller colonies with ASFs.
You go back 4 months, swap in the males.
I mean, you run smaller than what I do. So you run what 1.3s. I run 1.5s, and it is perfectly fine. Other than the fact that top tub right there, that male, he is 100%. He has been vandalized like no other. He's been vandalized like no other, man. I'm talking straight just gone.
Yeah. So
this whole
when I very first started out with Norwegians, I did the rotation. I had one male for 3 tubs, and I'd drop him in the top one for 3 weeks, pull him, drop him in the bottom next one for 3 weeks, pull him, drop him in the next one for 3 weeks, pull him, and by the time that all happened, it was 6 weeks.
They were
break for this lady up here, the 3 ladies up there.
Yeah.
And then I eventually went to 5 tubs. That way they had a good break. Like even after I pulled the weans out of there, they had a decent break without a male in there pestering them, so they could just kind of relax, not be stressed out so much.
Yeah, I mean it's a smart play. Everybody does things differently, 100%. When it comes, he's muted. But.
Oh yeah, you better get that taken care of, John. Reptile room's up to 80 or 94.
Yeah, he's in Texas too. That's that Texas heat, man. Oof.
Yeah.
You
Got
have to
that
give me that
AC
there.
I don't envy that. Let me tell you, it was what 50 something degrees this morning in Indiana. It was cold. It was cold.
Oh man, it was refreshing. It was nice.
Yeah, yeah, it felt great. I woke up. I was like, I need a hoodie. Like I left the house in a hoodie. I was like, that's different.
Are you kidding? I wear a sweater year round, bro.
It was 64, and I was like, all right, now you pushing it. Yeah.
You're still muted, Wayne. I don't know if you're trying to talk to us or not.
Yeah.
There you go. You're unmuted.
There you are. Yeah, I didn't know if he was trying to talk to us or not. You're still muted.
Sorry. It's all good. It's all good.
Yeah. But like I said, I wear a sweater year round. I don't have to worry about.
He said, "I live the Sasquatch life."
I walked out and I'm like, no, and I went to work.
I'm hairless. I'm good. This is all I got.
You'd die here wearing a sweater all around. Too much humidity.
I was gonna say you said Oregon, so you're up north, like, and that that air's a little thin, humid, misty. Just you get a lot of foggy days, like really dense fog up there.
Yeah, we do.
Gotcha.
We do. Mostly during the winter time, more than anything. Actually, when falls comes in at the fall, October and November, it gets pretty foggy out here. So that's when it really starts.
Gotcha. If you had a preference on season up there, do you find that like during the summertime your ball pythons tend to breed more frequently, or like how does your cycles go? Because I know
so I want to say more in possibly the right during November. I want to say during October, November, December.
Okay.
For me,
I mean, pretty standard. Because that's roughly about when it is like peak time in the Midwest too. Right as things start to cool down in the evenings more like quickly. You know, you might get up to about 85 degrees through the day, but it, like that temperature starts tapering off a lot faster. What seems to me is like a very peak time for breeding, because that's also a lot of times when we get a lot of storms blowing through, like a lot of thunderstorm activity, a lot of rain, typically as far as like fall rain and everything like that. So October, late September. So we're coming into like a really heavy breeding season, hopefully. You know, fingers crossed.
Right.
Yeah, fingers crossed.
Yeah. Well, I'm hoping so, because I got that hypo banana inchy leopard clown girl that had 26 millimeter follicles. I'm hoping the boy I'm putting in with her starts to put in work.
Yeah, so I need
to go 3 times, and he just laid there, looked at her.
I need to get with you heavy, because I have that what is she? Blackhead Nanny pewter pin that I need to check. And I also have the Mojave Blackhead Yellow Belly Red and Ringer Het Pied Het Albino to check as well. So she is she's
Let me
red.
know.
She is red. Like
I'll bring over the ultrasound and the tablet.
Okay. All right. And that pairing, so that Mojave Blackhead, I still have yet to decide on a male. I'm at a toss up. And I might
waiting on 8 to drop.
She might be getting pimped out to someone else, possibly. I don't know yet.
So snake pimp over here.
Yeah. I might have to pimp that female out to somebody else, because I don't necessarily know that I got a good vision for it just yet. Not yet. I will in the future, but it's going to take some time to get the other male up to size to put to her. So
yeah. I got quite a few grow out girls that I'm waiting to come up here.
I might slut her out for you.
Yeah, I mean, hey, if you got something for her, I mean, it definitely you got a pretty good dark base, and that red and ringer gene I'd really like to see really drawn out. I want something that's gonna really pop at red.
Well, I got blackhead, pastel blackhead.
That might work.
that can. I mean, we go for super blackhead for sure.
Yeah, we're gonna low and slow that clutch heavy. So 87.5, that clutch, right? That's what I want. 100%. I want 100% hatch on that.
I got a few ideas to throw your way and see what you think. So
Okay.
we can talk about that. I can send her back to your way, a proven breeder.
Hey, I'm good with that, right? Yeah. She actually came to me as a proven breeder because I have her daughter.
Oh, did she?
She's exactly the same thing. She just doesn't have the head albino. She just has the head pied
Okay.
on. So I'm like, she's a proven breeder. She came to me after she had laid a clutch earlier that year. She's back up to size. She's showing good body condition. I think she's going to be ready to go this season.
Thanks for stopping in.
So, yeah.
Yeah. Blevin said he has the same shirt. So I got to show. It's all fun and games until someone gets their balls out.
Nice. Nice. We'll shamelessly plug one of our sponsors here, Reptile Ads. If you guys don't know, now you know. Reptile Ads is a great spot to sell your animals as well as view animals and purchase from. They are the premium marketplace for reptiles. If you are not tuned in, you do not have an account, I strongly advocate that you do sign up for Reptile Ads and get on there and buy something or sell something.
Hey, you know what? Now that you said that, John,
ReptileAds.com is the modern marketplace for buying and selling reptiles, amphibians, and exotic pets. Built by Purple Turtle Technologies, we're creating the most trusted platform in the industry. Join thousands of breeders and collectors on the most trusted reptile marketplace. List your animals, connect with buyers, and grow your business with Reptile Ads. Enjoy our easy access to stores as well as a genetic calculator for your convenience. Stop by and check us out today.
Wicked.
I got to say, thanks for reminding me, John, because I got to get on there and add my pied hatchlings.
There you go. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. But a little shameless plug, to some of our guys. For sure. It great time. Zach is a really cool guy. I actually got to meet him in Daytona. He's really cool. I watched him literally at the auction. I watched him stand up and like swing his hand up like I want. It was great. It was great. He put on a whole character. It was awesome. I was like, that's cool. That's cool. He was great. I loved having him up on the podcast, literally leading into Daytona, and then actually got to meet him in person down there as well.
That's awesome.
Which was really cool. So,
yeah. So that's kind of our story, Wayne. We started this to learn, to help teach others what we know, and to hang out with cool people. You know?
Yeah. That's what it's all about, man. That's what it's all about.
That's what we do.
I think we've
Dan Bala's here.
Yeah, he popped back in finally. Glad to have you back. It was definitely the intention behind it, and I don't think we're falling too short. I think we're doing really well and we're going to keep this going because it is something that definitely has my attention permanently. I will do this even when I'm sick, even when I'm not feeling all the way up to it. I will still show up because this makes my Mondays pretty great. So, and I appreciate everybody that comes in, all of our guests, all of our chat people. We really appreciate everything that we get when it comes to this podcast. You guys are awesome. You advocate for us well. You share our stuff out, and we greatly appreciate all of it for sure. I will kind of be privy to it. We do have some really cool content coming up in these next couple of weeks. Be on the lookout. Bioactive build-offs right around the corner. We're going to do a soft launch date. What we would like to do, I'd love to see our subscriber count get over the 250 mark before we give away the Daytona signature banner. So if we could push that out, push this channel out, get us up over 250 subscribers, we'll go ahead and we'll do that giveaway during the soft launch of the Bioactive build off. So
nice.
You heard it here first. Yep. Void Century said, get us over 250. We'll do a giveaway.
They can do it. They can do it.
Wicked.
So yeah,
something a little different that I like to do, Wayne. if you had a piece of advice for somebody just getting started, other than do your research, because everybody says that, right? What's
Yeah.
the one piece of advice that you would give? Something you learned the hard way.
The one thing I learned the hard way was, when you have eggs and they start, coming out of the egg, you know, I like to leave them, I like to leave them all together, until they shed in the same, you know, um, container. And then after they shed, yeah, I like to move them into their, you know, other container, but I leave them in the incubator for a week.
Yeah.
For a week before I even feed them, so I know they're good and hungry, and they're good and warm. When And the reason I say that is because when we first did it, I didn't do that, and my wife really did have to assist feed almost 97% of 200 babies, and so the longer you keep them in the incubator, the better off you are.
Yep. That's something I do here, and I push it to everybody. I said, this is what I do. This is what seems to work for me. I'll hatch them out, could do the egg cutting after several pip, but they all go back in the incubator and they all stay there until they shed. And then I give them a week after they've shed, because I think the extra heat boosts their metabolism a little bit, allows them to digest all that yolk. And like you said, make sure they're good and hungry.
Yeah.
Since I've started doing that, I've had a very, very low rate of ones skipping their first minute. I still have a couple.
Yeah.
They hit their second. Right?
Yeah.
I very rarely get one that doesn't hit until their third. Very rare.
Yeah, they're pretty aggressive. But then again, I always cook my eggs lower than everybody else too. So,
What's your designated incubation temperature?
86 86.7.
Okay. That I will say that is significantly lower than what I've even heard. Most people say they don't go below 87. So
how long do you wait till you see pips?
Oh, they pip out around 65, 67.
Okay. So you got an extra like 10 days.
Right.
Yeah, but they're fully developed, man. They're fucking thick and solid, and they come out just fucking rare, and dude, they shed so much faster and just everything. They're just like, I don't know, they're just so much healthier to me.
I got you.
I've heard that you keep them in the egg longer, they tend to do better and they come out bigger. I've always heard that.
One day in is equivalent to several days out. They say that about babies and humans too. 1 day in is equal to a week out. So like if you're a preemie, as long as you can stay in, right?
As long as you can stay in, yep. That's exactly right.
Nice, Sammy. Thanks for coming in.
I'm glad to see you in the comments, Sammy. I know you were under the weather, so thank you very much for tuning in to us. I am hoping that you are feeling a lot better. If all else fails, man, get a hold of me. You got my number. You can shoot me a message.
100%. But so my very first year, I incubated at 89, and they were day 55, right on the nose, and I was like, okay, I'm going to try to back it down a little bit. I went to 88, and they went out instead of day 55. They're coming out. Most of them will pip on day 57. So 1 day or 2 days for 1 degree, basically, is what I got out of it. And when I built my larger incubator, I put I think 12 different thermometer pucks in there, and I studied that thing for 3 months solid before I ever put it into use. and I found that it holds steadier temperature at 88. I went both sides. I went back to 89. I went down all the way to 86. But at 88, it has like a 0.4 or 0.5 variation. Like it'll swing that much. And then between the top shelf and the bottom shelf, I've got a 0.6 temperature difference. 0.6 of a degree.
Very
So I
different.
have mine. I have a walk-in incubator that I built. I can hold 400 clutches in there.
Yeah.
And I have a 10-foot piece that goes on the bottom part of the floor. So it's 10 foot long and 21 inches wide. And so I have one there, and then on the other wall, I have one in the middle, and then the other wall, I have one on the top. So I have probes throughout the whole thing with a fan, and all mine reads exactly the same. But I have heat, like I said, all the way around it. One on the on the floor, one on in the middle, and one on the top. So I'm all on separate thermostats. So it's keeping that shit legit.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
So
We'll get there
your
one day.
key
A whole
takeaway.
nother level.
Yeah, key takeaways from that is incubation is important. Pay attention.
Yeah,
Do
very
you-
important.
yeah,
It is.
yeah,
It is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And if you do lose your power, man, listen. If you do lose your power, you bring those eggs up slowly. And I'm going to tell you right now, I lost power, and I lost power for 5 or 6 days. And I brought my eggs up slowly. I didn't turn it to 89 or 86 and just let it get to that temperature. I gradually let it fucking get up, because you can't instantly fucking try to put them in there, because you're going to cook your eggs. That's what happens. It's true. So if you start them and you bring them up slowly, listen, it's going to take you a week, maybe 2 weeks longer to get your eggs, maybe, your babies out. But I can guarantee, if you listen to what I say, those eggs will make it. Think about Africa in the real life, man. The temperature change during the night to day in the ground. Think about it. Does it instantly get hot? No, it gradually gets hot and gets to the temperatures, doesn't it? Then it drops gradually. What's the difference?
Right.
I've done it. It works.
Okay.
Yeah.
And
That's why-
another little tip on incubation. If you don't have water bottles in your incubator, I know this doesn't apply for Batman over here, because he's got a total different world.
Yeah.
As far as incubation. But if you have a regular standalone heat tape or radiant heat panel and fan with a temperature probe, layer in water bottles in there, right? All over the place. Put a bunch of water bottles down at the bottom, because that water will eventually be the ambient temperature of that incubator. And your power goes out for an hour, that right there is going to radiate the warmth and keep that incubator warm for the majority of the time. So it's not going to, you're not going to have that drastic loss in temperature in there.
I ain't got to worry about that.
Yeah. So see, but the way you incubate is different from the way most people incubate. I like
You're right.
I like to look in every once. I like to check.
Just open, look.
See, but you got to open the lid. I can just
No,
look like that and just like.
I think the ambient in here right now is like 76, 77.
Yeah.
Dude, by the time I open it, it's circulating. It's not
Yeah.
losing anything.
Right.
I think actually I got the last clutch that I just cut and I sent Satch. I don't think I sent it to John. but they're all out of the eggs. You know, I'm pulling the eggshells out or whatever. I think it dropped maybe 0.3 degrees.
Right.
You know, now it's 2-3 minutes and right back up.
And the thing about incubating, how he does, as soon as you shut that lid, back up temperature.
Yeah.
Because his water is heated. He's got the cooler style, right? He's got the water in there with the aquarium heater, and he's got like a shelf thing you set the tubs on. And you don't have to worry about humidity. You don't have to worry about temperature. As soon as you shut that, yeah.
No press and seal, no nothing. Don't have to mess with none of it. It's just perfect.
As long as it's working.
That's all that matters, man.
Yeah.
That's all that matters.
Whatever system works, man, at the end of the day, whatever system works.
But I tell everybody, man, if it works for you, man, it works for you, man. It doesn't matter how you do it, as long as it works.
Yep.
Hey, I tell you, I'm all pythoning on a budget. That's what it is.
Hey, we got this old igloo cooler. I'm gonna make an incubator. Watch this.
I got you.
We
the thing about that is with the aquarium heater or whatever, even my little portable generator can run my incubator for days. Right. You know, and it's just a little. I think I spent maybe $80 on it. Yeah. Use the same one for my lights at the expos. Dude, unplug it, plug it in, dude. It's running, you know, without losing anything. Right. So these big guys back here, it's warming up in here. I'm a tropical.
That is a good question. If you want to buy a pre-built, it depends. Are you wanting to buy from somebody who had them manufactured for the sake, or are you buying from somebody who built one themselves? Because if you buy a custom built incubator, you could come out a lot cheaper.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
come out a lot.
So
cheaper.
You can get them from like Alibaba for like a third of the price or less. I think it may be closer to a quarter of the price than you can say a Wilbanks.
Yeah.
Now Wilbanks you're paying through the nose.
Yeah. A lot of money for a product that can be replicated on your own. And I will say this, I'll be the first one to advocate the way that I built mine. There's 1,000 different ways that you can build an incubator. 1,000 different ways you can build an incubator. Batman is a testament to it. That's a different way you can build an incubator. Wayne even is a different way. You can turn an entire room into an incubator if you wanted to, if it's properly insulated and you got the proper heat and stuff. But for me and for Satch, we both used old drink coolers.
That's what I used. That was the first thing I used.
And literally, you can literally gut the entire thing, silicone the inside, make an airtight seal on it, drill one hole out the back, run all your cordage through, and you're good to go. And sometimes you don't even have to drill the hole because there's already probably a hole in it. And if you can just run your stuff right through there and hide it. It's great. But you can also you have alternatives. You don't have to use the same thermostats that we use. Like I use my VE300 to run mine. I don't have to use a VE300. You can buy an Inkbird thermal regulator and use that as your thermostat. It just comes with the probe. You run it in and you run your positive and negative leads into it. And you can make it look a lot cleaner. You can literally replicate what you see commercially built and manufactured. You can replicate that same thing. Yeah, I could spray paint the inside of mine black. I could hide the heat tape behind, faux paneling and everything like that. I can do all that if I wanted to. I just don't.
Yeah.
Because I don't need that flashiness.
I run Inkbird 306Ts, and so they have the night drop kit. Yeah. So I mean, I can control my whole room with these, and they're dual plug, and they're like $35 a piece compared to fucking 200 and some odd shit, And I've been using them for fucking ever.
Look right there. Look right there. That's what that is right there.
I'm saying, I got a Herbicet 6 that I bought off of somebody with a V or Sea Serpent, I think 10 tub rack for $150.
Yeah. I mean, that Herbstat alone was probably the major cost of it all.
It was.
Yeah. So, after I looked up the original price, I was like, man, maybe I'll get me, one or two more for when I get my stuff. Not this century. I'm not. No, I'm good.
Yeah.
Nope.
Yeah.
I'm sitting over here like I got a couple of VE300s. I'm like, oh yeah, I'm big baller, right? I'm like,
Yeah.
don't ask me to buy a new one. I ain't doing it. I won't do it. I ain't doing it.
Listen, the reason I went to Inkbird was this. I bought a brand new one, a Herbistat, whatever it's called, right? Brand new. Got it in, plugged it up, and the next day it went out. And I was like, are you fucking kidding me? I was pissed, man.
Oh yeah.
And my mentor was like, listen, dude, why are you wasting your money on that shit? I said, it's the best stuff. Everybody's like, no. He says it's all China shit. Like, I don't give a fuck.
They just put a fancy case on it and different
That's
branding.
it. He says it's all China. And you know, let's back up a little bit. And he's right. Because, you know, I used to have a grow store. And they had all these grow supply places. And I went straight to China and I bought stuff from them and brought it here. And I actually found the people that called Sunlight Supply. They had in China, this company make all their shit. I tried getting it. They told me that I had to go to a different company, but they said I couldn't because they had them sign this contract for that, but they don't do it no more like that because of that. They could have made more money fucking, you know, putting it out there. And these guys had them pinned down in it, like it was like a 3-year contract or some shit before anybody else could use them. So anyway, the moral of the story is I was able to save so much money. You know, I didn't think about it when my mentor was like, hey man, just go to China and get this shit over here. You know, it's the same deal. Well, come to think about it, really was. And then here I am making, you know, paying 32 or 35. I can't remember what it is for each one compared to, I give myself hundreds and hundreds of dollars. I mean, why wouldn't we, right? For something that works just as good as something like that. Maybe it's not as pretty. Maybe it's not. But you know what? Fuck, man, it works better and longer. I'm just being honest.
And I'll be the first one to admit, if you got a 3D printer, you can make it pretty. You can build a case for anything.
Yes, you can. Yes, you can.
Anything. So don't think that if you're willing to be creative, if you're willing to actually put in the work, you can make anything look just as good as those commercial units.
Exactly.
100%.
Still be cheaper. Yeah.
Exactly. And still come in cheaper.
Yep.
When I started, I wanted one of everything because I wanted my own personal opinion on how it worked for me. I didn't care who had what. I was like, okay, I've seen this one. I want to try that. I want to try that. I just want to see the difference. It's how I taught myself and learned, you know, what can do what for me. So yeah, all of them work. They do what they're supposed to do. You know, they got, ain't none of them went out on me yet, but you know, but yeah, they're Vivarium Electric VE200s, the Herbistat. I got a Inkbird or whatever it is. Got something off Amazon. I can't even remember the name. You know, it's
be in link, buddy. Be in link for
$15.99.
$15.99.
So, you know,
it's all they are thermoregulators. Is it? That's all they do. They literally turn power on, they turn power off. That's it. That's all they're used for.
That is it. No more, no less. Yep.
Do not look at it from the perspective of I need a thermostat. If you go on Amazon and search thermoregulator.
Yeah, and it does make a difference. You're going to pay a little more for different little things. So, I mean, you got Wi-Fi. You can get the Wi-Fi now, and you can get, you know, like I said, you know, dual zone. You know, that's what mine are. And like I said, for 30-something bucks, dual zone ain't nothing. You can get the Wi-Fi dual zone, but you're going to pay, I think they're $50. But still, still cheaper than 200 and
yeah, exactly. Right there. Yeah. Put him on game. He's had his 5 BN links for 5 years. They work great, man. I got them all over the place. My MBKs are on that. My leopard geckos are on that. I'm like, dude,
I'm talking about the probes for the Herbistat, dude, are $25 a pop.
Yeah.
Yes.
VE same way, man. They're just the probe alone.
That's the problem. You can buy a whole new fucking Inkbird for, you know,
right? Yeah, you can buy a whole new regulator for it for that price, and it's like, and you can go like for the Inkbird, the like the modular style ones where they have like the detaching probes and stuff.
Mhm.
You can buy a 5-pack of probes for $24.
Yep. Yep. Sure can. Yeah, for those.
Yeah. Because it's just a two pin plug. Just goes boop, plugs right in.
Yeah. Yeah. It's just highway robbery, man. They just go out there, they find this thing, and they say, "Hey, this is for reptiles. You know, this is the best thing on the market. Here, use it. You know, it's made just for that." Man, come on. We've been using this shit since the fucking 80s, 90s. Come on.
Yeah.
They started out with like for growing plants and stuff.
Mhm.
Yeah, well, that's what I said. You know, that's where it started for me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
When you put yourself on game with all that kind of stuff, you start to realize, like, wait, that same thing I can buy to grow my seed, like my seedlings for my like tomato plants, I can use that on my reptiles. Then you're like, that's same parameters, same output, same everything. Why am I spending reptile? Because it says reptile. Why am I spending that kind of money when I can literally just go and buy the same thing and it just says plant on it, or it has a picture of a plant over a picture of a snake?
So true, man.
You know, and you really gotta. There's always a budget-friendly option to do it. There's a way to do it right. I feel like if you have somebody in your corner to bounce ideals off of, that have felt the headache and the heartache, you know, like Carl, like you said, buy once, cry once. You can buy once at a cheaper rate and still get quality stuff.
Yes,
definitely bounce ideals off of people. Feed into your mentors, because they are not going to steer you wrong. They're going to
no, they're not. They're not. That's right. You know, and my mentors did not steer me wrong, and as I would not steer anybody wrong. So, you know, like I said, I want this hobby to last forever. You know, for our kids as kids. You know what I'm saying? So that's you know, let's do what we can to keep everybody, you know, doing it right.
Yeah.
Right. And there's some things where that philosophy. I mean, I'm not saying go spend more money, but you have to be careful on like what kind of heating you're using it on, right?
You gotta have common sense. Come on. I mean, this does take some common sense. I mean, it's not like you can just jump in and not have any.
Yeah, you're not going to pump 104 out of a heat panel. I'm just sorry, you're not going to do that. So what you need to do is you need to regulate that to like a 92, and then you got to get your 104 hotspot for your more desert arid species. You got to add supplemental lighting that push out heat too, so that way you can get it to your 104. You guys got to think, and then like
you got to worry about the type of thermostat you're putting that light on, because you don't want it on and on and off. You're going to burn out your bulb super fast.
Exactly.
So you want a dimming thermostat.
Yeah. So I mean, it's paying attention, learning, focusing, and do not die on the hill that brand specific matters. Symbiotic said it. People complaining on the Facebook, you know, of the off brand. Don't get the off brands because they're not as reputable. I'm telling you right now, if I crack open his Herpstat, I crack open my VE.
You're going to say same components.
Same components. They're just on a different board because of the overall box package. So the VE board might be this big as to where the Herpstat's like this big. That's the only difference, guys, is the size of the board, but the resistors are the same. The components, the foundational components are the same. The purpose and intent is the same.
Yeah.
So you got to think like that. You got to think more, hey, I need to be cost effective, but I also need to be, you know, I gotta pay attention, because you buy something on the cheaper end, you got to know what you're getting into. So listen and learn. Tune in.
It's no different than a fish tank. No different than a fish tank, man. I mean, that's where it all started, really. Let's get real. You know, I used to do fish back in the day. It's no different. It's no different.
Yep.
You know, and I always, like I said, back in the day, I used those damn automatic timer. You know what I mean? The dials with the little black fucking, you know, dots, man. Old school shit, to where you're like, how the fuck do you work this? You know? You know, and it did fine for that shit back then. So, you know, for your timers on and all that shit. So, man, it's just all about, you know, learning what that product does and knowing what you're getting. And if you know what you're getting and what the product does, then you can go out there and be like, okay, let's look at the price points, of this stuff. And that's what I do. I go out there and I look at the price points, and then I also look at reviews. Reviews matter, but you should know how to look through a review too, because there's people out there that'll give you a shitty review just because, it had a scratch on it, so fuck that, or
right.
just something stupid. So, you really got to do your due diligence when you're doing those reviews too, because half of them could be shit, and then the others, be legit. But like I said, I mean, when you're looking at something that's got thousands and thousands of reviews and maybe, 20 to 50 terrible reviews, then that's probably a good product.
Yeah, absolutely. This comment was funny right here. It says you're energetic at shows. You convince other people's siblings to buy your snakes instead of theirs.
Fuck you! I know who that is.
Bribes him with cookies. Bribes him with cookies. Listen. I was dying on the hill that if somebody would have brought me peanut butter cookies to Daytona, I was gonna give them a shirt. I was dying on that hill. I did not get any peanut butter cookies in Daytona.
That's funny shit.
But I can second that notion. I do bribe kids with stickers. I'm just saying. We do give away stickers. Every local reptile expo, we give away a whole bunch of stickers.
John works. When he's at a show, even if he's just looking around, he works.
Man, I am I am a hype man. That is my job. My job is the hype man. If I'm going and I'm with you, I'm helping you vend in a way. If I'm like, hey, you're my buddy, I'm going to help you out. I'm going to try to get you some snakes sold. I'm all over the place. I can be the character, but all the while still driving people over to our podcast channel. I think last show we got like 15, 16 additional subscribers just from the Reptile Expo. So I'd be pedaling.
I do think of the kids sometimes. Well, on a serious note, though, man, I'll have all these cookies made. It has QBall Morphs on them and stuff. It's exactly my logo right there behind me. That's what they look like. And they're a sugar cookie. And I'll see kids, and a lot of things is like you'll see these kids coming up and messing with my displays, and I'm like, please don't tap my displays or run your 3D printed thing all over my display. Say you want a cookie instead.
Yeah. It's a good deterrent. It is. It's no different. It's no different than the sticker thing. Like, hey, you guys want some stickers?
Exactly. Exactly. I'm like, I'm just trying to save myself some energy and time. Or somebody doing it that have to, polish them and get the scratches out every time. Right, so it's just oh my goodness, please, But I really do. There's a lot of kids. To be honest with you, I think it's more the parents than the kids.
100%.
That. Oh, that's neat. Let's see if we can get its attention.
Right. Yeah.
Like,
yeah. I give credit to Carl. Carl does mustaches, fake mustaches. So it's a good kid thing. It's good for kids, even to some
it's an icebreaker
teenagers. And like you said, icebreaker. It's like, hey, you want a free mustache?
It is.
Hey,
it is.
Snakes, kind of thing. It's a good.
I do coloring sheets.
There you go. Yeah,
crayons and coloring sheets.
Look, listen, we got a prototype coloring book over here. Think we don't.
I'm saying who don't want Batman with Hello Kitty for boys and girls? We do it all.
There you go. Yeah.
Nothing wrong with that, man. Nothing wrong with that at all. Keep them entertained, man. Keep them entertained as well.
Exactly. Hey, you ain't got to buy enough for me. Just give your kids something to do while you're shopping around at other vendors, whatever. Go ahead.
Yeah, for sure.
Exactly.
For sure.
Yeah, that's the way to do it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's a good subtle gestures, and to know that people think that way when it comes to vending, that's the community that you want around, right? That's the community of vendors that you want to have around you is people who advocate, because kids that's the next generation, right? They're the up and comers. So they want positive experiences, or they're not going to be coming back, right? And majority of the time, those parents that are bringing their kids there, they maybe bringing their kids there just for something to do on a weekend, because I know in our community there's not a lot of things to do, especially for young kids. Especially even through the wintertime, there's really not a lot to do. So when you think of it like that, it's like, okay, this reptile expo gives them something to do at least once a month on a Sunday. The kids don't have to pay. Your parent pays, a couple bucks here to get in at the door, and then playground at that point. I can go look at these cool animals. Hey, these people over here let me hold these cool animals. Hey, look at all this cool stuff. I get a bunch of free stuff too. Like I get color sheets and mustaches.
Walk around with
stickers
a fake mustache on.
Right. Yeah. Like what? Come on now. Like that to me, that is a certain kind of special. Especially from somebody who advocates for the youth of the area, wanting to see more engagement with the youth in the area. That's something that I will forever be a part of. I will forever advocate for. So definitely sentiment to both of you guys for thinking kid first, with it. So.
Well, I have kids, so you got to keep them occupied. And my kids also help in ways like, my son takes Pokemon cards and he'll sit them up there. And we have this Pokemon vending machine thing. So they'll come up and the kids will come up, be like, 50 cents or 25 cents for a Pokemon card,
Yeah.
Come on, man. I mean, you're right. You want the kids to have some type of good memory or some good fun about it, especially when some of the kids, some really do like looking at the snakes, but you got some to be like, no, I don't want nothing to do with it. I don't even want to be here. Like you said, I want to be doing something else. But when they come up and you offer them a cookie or, like you said, a sticker or, there's Pokemon cards right there that you could do or, stuff like that. It makes it does make a big difference. And to watch them walk away with a smile. For instance, there's some that can't have a snake, right? That would really like to have a snake. And then you got these little, fake snake things over here and be like, here you go, and that they're like, oh, well, thanks, that they're happy that they got that, so it is about making them, happy as well as making, the parents happy. If they're happy, the parents are happy, and the parents are happy, the kids are happy, so everybody's happy, right? Fuck it.
My wife has a rock obsession, so we give away pet rocks as well for free.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
Like, you can't have a pet today, that's fine. Your parent says you don't want one, but getting that bowl over there and pick you out a pet rock. You ain't got to feed it.
Nope.
It don't say much.
That's legit. That's kind of legit, to be honest with you. If you can take care of that rock and you have that rock maybe next year, maybe we could talk about it.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Definitely a good way to advocate. Look, hey, you got Cody popping in. What's up?
Yeah.
Glad to see you. Appreciate you coming in.
His daughter loved the mustache.
Awesome. I know I put him on game with some stickers at the first show. So if you want some more stickers, Cody, you just hit up your boy. We got stickers for days, man.
I got jacked for half the stickers you sent me, John, for when I got my boy logo. My daughters went ham. They went all over.
Yeah, man.
Like you can have some of them. You can't have all of them.
Yeah. And I'll tell you what. I got it right here. This thing right here has been a godsend, lifesaver. This is a thermal printer. I can print hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of my 3 variations of stickers, and literally, it's the giveaway stuff.
That's awesome.
I just give them away because knowing that the kids are going to probably peel it off, stick it on their shirt, and that sticker is going to get probably crumpled and tossed, right? Very, very low cost. They print out good quality. Why would I not? And not to mention, we also put QR codes on the back of our phones. That's got the podcast link to it right there. Hey, man, if you're not interested in a sticker here, go ahead, scan this QR code. Go ahead and subscribe. Go ahead and leave me a comment. Tune in. Set notifications. Everything. You got to be your own hype man. You got to be your own hype man. You got to hype up everybody that's around you. You got to try to promote as much as you possibly can. And that's that energy that I bring when I come to the shows. So if you catch me in that element, man, Reptile Expos, I become the biggest nerd, biggest like, hey, what's up? Let's go, hyping everybody up. That's me. That's who I become.
You saw the back of my truck, John, in traffic, bro. In traffic.
Yeah.
Hey, what? Hey, man, what's up? What's good?
Yeah, right. Absolutely. Check it out. It's Batman. Let's go.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, that's awesome. See, you gotta live and die by your brand in a way, kind of thing. So you gotta stand tall on what you believe in. You stand tall on everything that you have to offer the world when it comes to the reptile community, and people see that, people get on board with that, and they will rock with you permanently for the rest of your life. It is 100% something that is worthwhile to have. So, but guys, we're coming up on that 2.5 hour mark. I know that when we spotlight people, we usually like to wrap it about that 2.5 hour mark. We don't tend to get long-winded with the spotlight shows. So, we're going to flip it to you, Wayne. Any last comments, last things you'd like to say to these guys that are in the comments still that have been hanging around with us all night?
Well, I appreciate everybody coming in to hang out with us, man, and me, supporting you guys, supporting me. I support all of you. We're all one big family, regardless of, how shit is. Man, I wish you all the best. Hope that all your guys' fucking, dreams come true when it comes to these animals and your breedings. Nothing more than that, man. I bless y'all, and I hope, the snake gods, as Val would say, the snake gods bless you.
Gods be forever in your favor.
Yeah, absolutely.
I ain't gonna say it exactly like him. I don't want to feel that shit.
I promise you this: he's going to trademark that one day, guys, and he's just gonna die on that hill, right?
So I wasn't gonna steal it.
But I gotta give some thunder to me and Carl. We did put together the Odds Gods T-shirt specifically for Val, and he wears it quite often. It's an awesome shirt, guys.
Nice. I have no idea.
If you guys are looking for an Odds Gods T-shirt, hop on over to Void Century Serpents on IG. The link is in the bio, and you can get your own Odds Gods T-shirt, as well as a Breeding Grounds T-shirt, as well as a funny haha T-shirt, because we got a lot of punny shirts on there as well. So
nice.
Hop on over there and tune in. It's awesome. A lot of cool stuff there. A lot of also cool stuff on Satchmo Exotics merch link as well. Sorry, guys. I don't mean to shamelessly plug our merch, but if you guys support us, we support you. You know, that's my job. I'm the hype man, right? That's my token, right? In a way. But we'll kind of steer this back around. Batman, we're flipping to you. What final comments you got to say to everybody?
Just appreciate everybody hanging out, talking, even though I didn't say too much because y'all too. Great minds think alike. That's all I'm going to say. So, but like I said, it's real educational. These guys have helped me out and everything else in my journey, meeting new friends on IG and everything else. Appreciate everybody for all the follows and everything else. And just make sure you stay tuned. Every week's always something new and eventful. So come back out and see us.
Yeah. I really like the open panels because we get on here and clown, and we're talking about car audio or baseball or it doesn't matter. There's something
we can't hate, man. Even on our subjective panels, man, we get off on tangents every once in a while. We do. We kind of
it's life, man. It's life.
Yeah, we're all over the place. But all right. Well, Carl, I'll go first tonight if you want.
Go ahead.
Cool. All right. Well, as always, guys, thank you so much for coming in. Wayne, we greatly appreciate you coming on and giving us a spotlight of who you are and what you're all about, man. QBall Morphs sounds like an epic ball python company to associate with. So definitely, if you guys are not following this guy, go ahead and give him a follow on all of his socials. And tune in because he will probably be coming on. He is part of the Bioactive build-off, so you're going to see his face quite a bit more on this channel. So stand by because he may even give us a snake and tail at least once or twice, maybe here in the future. So just be on the lookout for that, guys. But again, Wayne, thank you so much. Batman, it's always a pleasure having you in, man. Again, we're going to have to work something out with this Ultra Mill stuff. We'll figure it out. We'll be in talks for sure. No doubt about it. Chat, as always, Thank you so much for all that you guys do. You guys support us. You guys come out in waves. It's awesome to have you guys in here. We love seeing your guys' comments. We strongly advocate, if you can, push this out to all of your friends, family, and associates. Get them tuned into this channel. Like I said, guys, 250 subscribers. We're going to do a giveaway from the Daytona Signature banner. It's going to be a part of the launch for the Bioactive Build-Off, so stay tuned for all of that. We look forward to seeing you guys in the next one. Carl, who do we got next Monday?
This coming Monday, the 31st, we got Pavico.
Wicked.
He's a plant guy, house snake guy. He's got a couple other, he's got reticulated python. He's got a few other things going for him. He's been pushing his business. He's been growing his thing. So I'm excited to have him on. We get to talk a little more plants for the Bioactive Build-Off thing.
Yeah.
Maybe get some questions and answered as far as, hey, what am I doing wrong? This plant doesn't look that good. Type of thing.
Right.
So
Absolutely.
yeah.
Yeah.
Tell your mom, show your mom the show. Maybe she'll want to watch the plants.
Yeah, there you go. Right. Yeah. If you have a plant lover in your household or a family member who is a plant lover, tune in next Monday, because he is a plant guy and he is more than willing to ship it anywhere in the world. So just be on the lookout for that. Cool.
Nice.
We're looking forward to it. As always, guys, thank you so much for all that you do for me, for Carl, for the show, for everybody in this community. Keep pouring in, keep investing in it. We love you guys, and we look forward to seeing you in the next one. And I'm going to flip it over to my boy Satch to bring her on home.
I feel like I don't have much to say, but I do appreciate everybody in the chat and everybody on the panel tonight. Without you guys at all, we wouldn't be doing this, period. It's nowhere near as cool without you. So, Wayne, I look forward to seeing a lot more of you around. I still feel like there's more to learn about you and what you're doing.
Thank you, man. I appreciate it. Really do.
Yeah. And maybe this rookie will teach you a thing or two. Maybe I'll learn something from you as well. So
There you go.
Love it.
Again,
Love it.
that's what we made it for. Hang out, meet good people, have fun. And I look forward to seeing you guys here again next Monday to check out the plants. And hopefully we do it right.
Yes, sir.
And I will say that John made himself or made us another little outro. So it's a new one you haven't seen. Stick around, check it out, and we'll talk to you guys later next week.
Right.
Peace out.